All growing up, I've been very athletic. During high school, played all sports, did really well in everything. As soon as I got done with high school, I went ahead and got into snowmobile racing and raced snowmobiles for a little over 10 years. I had some real bad wrecks, injured my back several different times, broke it twice during all this. I ended up racing sleds all winter long, and then in the summertime I'd ride dirt bikes, motocross, and stuff like that, and had a lot of back injury. They told me I needed a back fusion. I put that off as long as I could, and finally 3 years ago I had to go ahead and get my L5, L4 fused. Fought it from every single day. I can't move, I can't bend. I have days where I can do good for 3 or 4 days, I do really well, and then I have an episode and I'm in bed for a week at a time or 2 weeks at a time.
Travis has been struggling the last 2 months, especially with his back, even after a fusion surgery. He has episodes to where he'll be out of commission for up to a week at a time, if not longer. We constantly have ice in the house because we have to ice his back down. And it's just hard on him, and it's hard on him mentally, it's hard on him physically. This guy was meant to be outdoors, and he hasn't been able to be the person that he is.
My sister actually came to me and said that she found BalancedBack, and I thought, oh, cool, maybe I should look into it. I looked at it. I went ahead and sent my information off to them. They contacted me the next day immediately, right back. Both doctors had called me immediately and discussed what was going on. I learned more from the 2 doctors with BalancedBack than I've even thought about learning about my back. Explained their device and told me that they might be able to give me, some relief back there. So talked it over with the family and whatnot and decided that this is the direction we wanted to go with and got it scheduled. And here I am in the Cayman Islands now. I've been out of surgery for 5 days now, and I would say this is the best I have felt 5 days after surgery than I have in the last 2 months. I'm actually standing straight, which I haven't done for years. I can walk straight, which I haven't done for years, and I'm real happy with the decision I've made so far.
I have never seen him walk straight. We've been together for 5 years, and I've never seen him walk straight. He sits straight, he's just happy, and it's amazing.
So the day I arrived at the Cayman Islands, they picked me up at the airport. They brought me back to our condo. When we arrived, Dr. Duff and his wife greeted us here with a little basket and everything. We went ahead and went to the Novo Clinic and met with the doctors and the whole team. Mark, everybody was there at the clinic, and they went over what was going to happen. They went through the ups and downs, goods, bads, everything that could possibly happen. Explained exactly what I needed to hear to make me feel comfortable being here. I still had some questions in the back of my mind of, am I making the right decision or not? It was a big step for me to make. And the whole team was great. They were very friendly. Got to know everyone really, really well. After surgery, the doctors all came in several times and checked to make sure everything was going good. If I had any issues or anything I had going on, they were right there. The first 3 days, I was, laying, sitting, walking, laying, sitting, walking type of thing. My wife kept telling me, you're doing good, you're doing better each day. I started making a journal and a book of what I was doing each day, and then I could see it in my, each day I could see the difference. And by day 4 and 5, it was like night and day difference. I actually went out and sat at the beach the last 2 days, and if I took my shirt off, I would show you I'm sunburned. So, but no, I'm getting around really well. I have some pain back there from, of course, going under a big surgery like that. But as of my legs and any inside pain, I feel great. It's just, like I said, it's the best thing I've ever done. So
my hopes is that when we can start a family, that he's going to be that dad that's down on the ground playing with the kids. That would have never been him before. it's gonna be enjoying our time camping and hiking and him hunting. I'm not really a hunter, but I'll support him in it. And just not having to ice and be in bed for weeks at a time when he can just always be by my side instead of me traveling alone all the time. So I'm looking forward to that.
While I was flying home, the BalancedBack team did fly me first class. Made it a lot nicer because I could relax, I could lean back, have a little more relief in my back. After I got back to Laurel, Montana, I started doing walking as much as possible. I was trying to get around a mile every day, or I'd split it up and do a half mile in the morning, half mile in the evening. I did that for a couple weeks. Then it kind of got me into where I needed to go to my primary care doctor and have them take out my sutures, and they went through everything and said everything looked really well and had no issues with it. 2 weeks after surgery, so about the time I got my sutures out, I started cutting myself off the pain meds. After a month, I started driving a little bit. I wouldn't do a long drive. I didn't enjoy sitting. That was one thing I had a hard time with, was sitting for a long period of time. So it was, 5-10 minutes here and there. I started, sitting in the car, driving a little bit. The BalancedBack team really preached to me that I needed to walk a lot. Walking is really good for you. So I made sure I was walking, every single day. Eventually was getting up to 2-3 miles I was walking. As long as I was walking, I felt really good. At the 2-3 month mark, I started going, back to work a little bit. I am back to work full time now, and I am 2.5 months out, and I've been back to work for 2 weeks. Each week I can tell quite a bit of, progress. It might be slow for 1 or 2 weeks, but then all of a sudden I make a big jump and do really well. So there has been some down days, and I get down on myself. After a couple days, I bounce back and I feel better than I ever have. So will I have down days again? I'm sure I will still, and that's just part of the plan. So eventually the down days will go away and I'll be 100%. Now that I'm getting a lot better, I've been through physical therapy for 2 to 3 weeks now, and that has made me a lot stronger since I started doing that, a lot of stretching. I can definitely tell my legs are getting a lot stronger, my core is getting stronger, which has allowed me to start doing more of my activities. Getting up in the mountains, camping with my family. I've been doing a lot of that now the last couple weeks. I love to hunt, and I'm starting to get ready to hunt here in another 2 or 3 weeks. Getting really focused for getting my body in shape, starting to get out and about with my friends, doing the things I love to do. And it's been a battle for 2.5 months, but I can see myself being back 100% before I know it.